Hi, Dan here, just giving a quick video, hopefully no more, about 3 or 4 minutes, just on the reading for this week, and it's Ernest Hemingway's Hills Like White Elephants. Just picking up a can to put in recycling. Hills Like White Elephants. Sorry, I'm going up the zigzag. Bad idea for a discussion. Right, a little bit of background on Hemingway. He was a very famous literary figure in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, until a dramatic day in 1960, which we won't go into. He worked, first his professional writing career began as a journalist. I think it was for the Toronto Star in Canada. Then he was a volunteer, I think he was an ambulance medic in the Spanish Civil War in the 1930s, and then became something of an adventurer, and had quite a macho persona. He did things like boxing, and I suppose hunting, shooting. I want to say hunting, things like elephants. Okay, so Hills Like White Elephants. Now, it's an important piece. I'd probably say it's the best dialogue-driven short story in world history. Now, I said last time that Swim Team was the best short story, and I think it's the best minimalist, the best all round. It's got everything in there. It's got good dialogue, it's got good scenes, good interior, monologue, and it works on many levels. But the reason why Hills Like White Elephants is astonishing is because, deceptively, it has two characters, a man and a woman. It's got a very fringe character, a woman who serves them in a bar. So if that gives us the character, the body count if you want, up to 3, I would actually say the key to the story isn't there's 4 characters. So, how do I get to 4 characters? This is something which was an issue in, just getting a crossroad. This was something that was an issue in the last story we saw, Swim Team. But I didn't draw attention to it as obviously as I'm going to do it now. Now, the beauty of Hills Like White Elephants is it's 1,455 words long. That means it's very similar in length, 200 odd words longer than you have to do. You have to write 1,250 words. So where am I going with this? It just gives you an idea of how a world-renowned short story and novelist, I'm going to pick up more litter here, sorry, I should stop doing this, but it's compulsion. It just goes to show you how someone with a really tight frame can produce what is essentially almost like a piece of flash fiction. But they do that by using what I'm going to call, sorry, I've just found another can, economy. Now, what do I mean when I say economy? If you're telling a short story, you can't waste a word. And I think we showed that in the first seminar story that we looked at, Last to Know. When, for me, there's 2 powerful bits of dialogue There's one where the barber says, look me in the eye and tell me you haven't basically cheated on me. That's one element there. But there's also another element, and that is when the customer says, yes, but, and there's ellipsis. Now, what happens there is something that you have to learn to use in your short story, and what Hemingway uses, and that is the power of suggestion. So what happens in a story that I'm trying to get you to work towards, because you haven't got much space. Sorry about this, it's picking up random bits of litter, but it's what I do. It's what I do. So I haven't got much space. So to maximise the space, they cheat. So what Hemingway does is this. When you tell a story, there are two elements. There is the text, the surface. But underneath that text, there can be, if you want, a hidden meaning. What is known as the subtext. So what it means powerfully in Hills Like White Elephants, it's a dialogue-driven piece of writing. So it's driven by the dialogue, and that means you would expect the dialogue to convey all the information that the reader needs to know. Except it doesn't. Sorry. Okay, what happens is there is a subtext. So you're reading the story, text, surface, while all the time, excuse me, sorry about this. Oh, it's going to pick up. Maybe I shouldn't have done this when I was jogging, but there we are. Getting more camped, more and more. So what happens, which is exciting, and something which I can really advise you to do, is to look at how Hemingway uses the characters and their dialogue, because the pair, the man and the woman, are dancing around a fourth character. The character is never named, is only referred to obliquely in a subtle way. So that means that there's a subtext. So what's really important in the story isn't, oh, I can see a recycling bin. I'm so happy. Isn't what's said, it's what's not said. Lovely amount of stickers on this. Oof. That's quite compelling amount of stickers. Right, so I'll repeat that. The text is the dialogue, if you want, between the man and the woman. But what they are doing all the time in the story is, excuse me a minute, let's try to clear my airways. Oh, that's so much better. What they are doing is talking about something, but not talking about it. And the way they discuss this topic reveals their character, reveals their relationship, reveals the tensions, another one, all that sort of stuff, all of it going on underneath, deep underground, like a submarine. Submarines don't go underground, they go underwater, but working like a submarine below the surface is an incredible dance. A very dark, very complicated series of if you like, underlying human conditions. And that's why it's a great story, because you can read it, look at the dialogue, have no idea who the mysterious fourth character is. So that goes American, girlfriend, woman in the bar, and then mysterious character who's never mentioned. But let me just go and put you that as a challenge. So read the story. There is an audio book again, and then ask yourself this: what is not being said here? What are they skirting around? What are they dancing about? Can I read between the lines? Sorry, it's well noisy here. So if you want to have a go at reading this story, then consider this. You could do what a lot of students do, which is just do surface dialogue. Fine, so it works on the surface. Or you could have a go, really advanced stuff, at doing text and subtext. Something which is being said on the surface, but something menacing, or something, don't have to be menacing, it could be humorous, but something else is going on underneath. So that's a challenge for you. Hills Like White Elephants by Ernest Hemingway. Blimey, it's taken me 12 minutes, longer than the story itself. Alright, I'm done. Take care.